Why does God put his blessings, his treasures in jars of clay? Why does God make his blessings look inconspicuous? Well, because if you go based off what you see, that's not faith. That's convenience. Can you imagine if Jesus was born in a palace? If Joseph was some type of king that was very tall and very strong and very, very regal looking? Can you imagine if Mary was a queen that was living in a palace and she had a crown and beautiful clothes and servants? Well, yeah, anybody would think that's the Son of God. But no, that's not how they were living. And that's not how Jesus was born or raised here on earth. As a matter of fact, let me give you another example. When Jesus was being betrayed, on the night of his betrayal, the most famous man on earth, Jesus, for those past 3 years, that's how long his ministry was. When Judas was betraying him to the Pharisees said, "How will we know who he is?" Have you ever noticed that? And when he was standing in the midst of them, you couldn't tell who he was. He looked just like everybody else. That's why Judas had to come and give him a kiss on the cheek, because he looked just like everyone else. Do you see how God didn't make Jesus the tallest? Now, I know this might offend some people who watch this, but he didn't make him the tallest. He didn't make him the handsomest. Jesus did not have blue eyes, blonde hair. Jesus looked just like any other Jewish person that was alive 2,000 years ago. The Bible tells us in the book of Isaiah that there is nothing about him that will draw attention to him. Why? Because God puts his treasures in jars of clay.